up, peeps? Mr.Bones back at you, and welcome back to another Peep This Reviews. What we're going to talk about today is Hulu's original movie, Fresh. It says here, the horrors of modern dating seen through one young woman's defiant battle to survive her new boyfriend's unusual appetite. This is directed by Mimi Cave, written by Lauren Kahn. Stars Daisy Edgar Jones as Noah, and Sebastian Stan as Steve. Sebastian Stan plays Tommy Lee in the new Pam and Tommy TV series. And this movie is freaking crazy. It's about Noah. It starts off like a normal movie, kind of come off as like a romance or, romantic comedy or whatever. It's this girl and she's scrolling through apps and she went on a few dates through apps and she's tired of it. It shows her on one date with this asshole who's like just randomly starts going on about how it seems like women these days don't care about what they look like, and back in the olden days women wore dresses, and how he thinks she would look good in a dress because she has a big poofy sweater. And then they're outside, their date's over, and he's like, well, this was fun, you're really pretty. And she said, I don't think we're a match. So then he says, I was just trying to be nice, you stuck up bitch, and then leaves. Then it goes on to the next scene, and she meets Steve at the grocery store. And it's kind of like I said, like a romantic comedy or something. Instead of an app, she actually met someone in real life. She was telling her friend, she said, I didn't know people did that anymore. He shows up all smooth and talking to her about grapes. Like, telling my niece about these grapes that taste like cotton candy. She doesn't believe me. I can tell you don't believe me either. You want to try one? And so she tried one. And it sounds weird, but she agreed that they tasted like that. I haven't never heard of these grapes. But then she gives him her number, and he goes for a while just to bait her in. He goes for a while not PMing her or anything, and she was wondering if he was ever going to. He finally does. They go out on another date, or a date. They go out on a date. Then they date for a little bit, and next thing you know, let's go on a vacation. Oh, okay, where will we go? I don't know, it'll be a surprise. And he takes her somewhere, she doesn't know where the fuck she's at, gives her a drink, her vision starts getting blurry, she passes out and wakes up in his basement. She's like, what the hell's going on? Oh, I drugged you. He's just sitting there, all calm in the corner, with his hair all nice, dressed all nice, all calm. I drugged you. And explaining to her that he won't kill her as long as she don't act crazy, but he will sell her meat. That there's a whole market for it, and he kidnaps girls and takes them down to his basement. Has these like concrete cells. He keeps them in. There's like 3 girls on there. I believe one of them's name is Penny, and one of them's name is Melissa. And Noah meets Penny through the wall, talking to her and stuff. And they pan up over the wall, and you can see that Penny is missing a leg. There's this one scene where she says, can I take a shower? And he says, don't try nothing funny. They're walking down the hallway, he tries to get loose, she tries to get loose, he knocks her out, next thing you know. And this movie reminds me of a mix of American Psycho and like Hannibal, because there's cannibal shit in it, and Sebastian Stan reminds me of Patrick Bateman. So I forgot to mention, when they were on their date talking about what they do, he says he was a plastic surgeon. So yeah, when she tries to get loose, he knocks her out. She wakes up in a surgical room, and she's on her chest with tears coming out of her eyes. She can't move. She says, what's going on? And there's music playing, and he's just jamming and having a good time. He's, I'm taking your ass. And he's cutting her ass muscles off. He's like, I'm taking your ass. You lost my trust. don't worry, I'm a doctor, remember? And he's like grooving to that music and working on her, and it's nuts. And then there's like a music montage scene of him dancing in the kitchen and doing all these goofy, fancy dance moves, and goes over to the counter and grabs a leg that he had took off one of the girls, throws it on the counter with a meat tenderizer and separating the meat. And he very much reminds me of Patrick Bateman. So there's this one scene where she's looking through his magazines. He does like he still like for some reason is attached to her and likes her more than the other girls. And looking at these magazines he gave her, and there's this hidden message written sideways on one of the pages that says, "If you're reading this, it means he likes you. Take advantage of it." So she's like obedient and does whatever he says and answers and talks to him and slowly earns his trust again. He's taking her out of the basement for little lunches in the dining room, and they talk, and she's just trying to figure him out. And I really love how she gets away toward the end. That's all I'm saying. And there's a lot more I'm not saying, so I don't spoil the movie. This has turned out to be a really good movie. Pretty damn awesome. I'd recommend you check it out. Peace.